It was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life, the day everything was meant to fall into place. The hall was ready, our families had gathered, and the air was thick with excitement. I stood there holding the ring, waiting for her, my bride-to-be. But instead of walking toward me with the smile I had dreamed of, she stopped, her face unreadable. With a cold, detached tone, she said, "I don't need the ring today," and then turned around, leaving everyone in shock. At first, I thought it was a joke, maybe nerves playing tricks on her, but the way she walked out, without hesitation, without looking back, told me otherwise. The whispers filled the hall instantly, families confused, guests stunned. My heart pounded as I stood frozen, the ring still in my hand, its weight suddenly unbearable. I realized, in that painful silence, that she had made her choice. I could have chased after her, demanded answers, begged her to stay. But something inside me shifted. I looked down at the ring, the symbol of promises that now meant nothing, and a wave of clarity washed over me. Slowly, deliberately, I loosened my grip and let it fall. The sound of it hitting the floor echoed louder than any of the murmurs around me. "I don't need it ever," I said, my voice steady, though my heart was breaking. The room went silent. My family's eyes were on me, expecting me to collapse, but instead I stood tall. I had been humiliated in front of everyone, abandoned at the very altar, yet I refused to let her betrayal define me. She had left me, yes, but I would not let myself beg for someone who saw so little value in what we had built together. The drive home that night was long and heavy. I replayed every memory with her, our first date, late-night talks, the way she once held my hand like she'd never let go. All of it felt like lies now, shattered illusions I had clung to for years. I realized she had been slipping away long before this day, and I was too blinded by love to see it. In the days that followed, people asked what happened, some with pity, others with gossip. I kept my answers short. She left. That's all. I refused to let them see me as broken. Deep down, yes, the pain was unbearable, but I also knew this was the beginning of something new. Sometimes endings are disguised as cruel blessings. She never called, never explained. A part of me wanted closure, but a larger part of me didn't care anymore. I didn't need her explanations. I didn't need her ring. And I certainly didn't need her love if it was so easy for her to throw it away. That moment when the ring hit the floor had already closed the chapter for me. Weeks passed, and I started focusing on myself. I threw myself into work, into rebuilding the parts of me I had lost while loving her. Friends reached out, family supported me, and slowly I learned to smile again. Every day I reminded myself, the ring didn't define me, her leaving didn't ruin me, and my worth was never tied to her acceptance. One evening, I bumped into her by accident. She looked surprised, maybe even regretful, but I didn't let her words come. I simply nodded, smiled faintly, and walked away. In her eyes, I saw the questions she wanted to ask, the explanations she might have prepared, but I no longer cared. That was her burden to carry, not mine. For the first time I felt free. Free from the pain, free from the waiting, free from the hope that she might return. She had chosen her path, and I had chosen mine the moment I let go of that ring. Sometimes, the greatest strength lies not in holding on, but in knowing when to let go. And as painful as it was, I realized I had walked away with something far more valuable than a ring. I had walked away with my dignity, my self-respect, and a chance to rebuild a life that was truly mine. And in the quiet of my heart, I whispered to myself, I didn't lose her that day. I found myself.